Dussehra 2025 by Krishna's mercy. Love nimesh paramanu jug, paras kalp sarchand, bhadsi na mam tehi ram kaham kalu jasu kodand. Quote, Mind, why are you not worshipping Shri Rama, whose bow is like time, with weapons of arrows representing the different units of time, such as paramanu, lava, nimesha, barasa, yuga, and kalpa. Dohavali 130. 1. What is Dussehra? The holiday is also known as Ramachandra Vijayotsava, which essentially gives away the meaning. Shri Ramachandra is also known as Rama. He is the eldest son of King Dashrath of the Raghu dynasty from ancient times. Vijayotsava is a combination of the Sanskrit words Vijaya and Utsav. Vijaya refers to victory. Utsav is a celebration, and so we have the holiday in honor of the victory of Rama. But not just any victory. Rama was a kshatriya by both birth and occupation. He appeared in a family of pious, chivalrous, capable, and brave warriors. The father earned his name from the ability to combat 10 chariots, attacking simultaneously, one from each of the 10 directions. The word kshatriya refers to someone who protects against injury. The title applies more to the qualities someone possesses and the work emerging from those qualities than some honor passed along through ancestry. Shauryam tejo dhritir dakshyam, yuddha chapya aplayanam, danam, ishwar bhavascha, kshatram karma swabhavjam. Quote, Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the kshatriyas. Lord Krishna, Bhagavad-gita, 1843. Rama received training in the military arts, starting as a youth. He passed all the tests of his teachers. Some of those tests were unconventional, such as in the case of overcoming the female threat known as Tadka. She was like a hideous creature who could change her shape at will. She could appear and disappear as she liked, and her preferred victims were the innocent sages residing in the forests. Badhi tadhka ram jani sab layak, vidya mantra rahasya diye muni nayak. Quote, Rama showed his tremendous knowledge of fighting by killing the demon Tadka. The Muni then gave to him knowledge of secret mantras to be used in fighting. Janki Mangal 36. Dussehra is something like the culmination of many triumphs for that elder brother of Lakshman. Rama defeated the greatest of villains, named because of the terror he presented to others simply by his screaming. Ravan was like the clever student in school who later used his intelligence for evil instead of good. Ravan could not be brought down, or so he thought. 2. Why should we celebrate it? Ask 5 different people, and you will likely receive 5 different answers. Dussehra symbolizes the triumph of good over evil. The occasion affords a reminder that the wicked cannot dominate indefinitely. Some might even prefer to think of Ravan fondly, due to the Rakshasa leader's steady devotion to Lord Shiva, who is also known as Mahadeva. A simple and justifiable reason to celebrate the occasion is to remember. One of the 9 processes of devotional service described by the esteemed Prahlad Maharaj is Vishnu Smaranam. This is remembering Vishnu, which is a name to identify and describe the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rama is an avatara of Vishnu, and so one way we can remember God is through the celebration of Dussehra. 3. Why was Ravan so powerful? As a thought exercise, say that we have $5 million to give away. We have 5 corresponding beneficiaries. The math is simple. We give each person $1 million. At the time that we are conducting this exercise, $1 million is sufficient for retiring comfortably. In other words, each of our beneficiaries can quit their job and just live off the interest without having to worry about bringing money in to pay for things like food, clothing, and shelter. The variable to the equation is the subsequent behavior. Not every person follows the same course. One beneficiary manages to turn the $1 million into a burgeoning business with a $1 billion valuation. Another person squanders the money on alcohol, parties, and expensive cars. One beneficiary is conservative with their investments, and yet another person decides they like their job too much to quit. They are fine knowing they have something to fall back on, but they are not ready to retire. It might not be as obvious to notice, but every living being has a similar endowment when appearing within the material world. There is indeed variety of circumstances, but the assets and liabilities from birth do not portend an absolute fate. There is free will, there is discernment, there is consideration, contemplation, prioritization, and retrospection. In the case of Ravan, we have someone who took exploitation of resources to the limits. He essentially gamed the system. Let the suckers and the losers work for a living. Ravan was going to follow through on austerities such that he could insist on a meeting with the greatest benefactors. The plan worked. Ravan had carte blanche to ask for anything he wanted, with the lone exception of immortality. Basically, take everything imaginable in the material world, from possessions to abilities. Nothing would stand in his way. 4. Why not let time deal with Ravan? Ravan made one glaring omission. He forgot to ask for immunity from human beings. Otherwise, he was safe. He could do as he pleased. No one would overcome him. The mere threat was enough to drive away competitors. Ravan thought he had it all. Even geography was in his favour, as the island of Lanka was far away from land. This would dissuade future adversaries from attacking. While the material energy is eternal, known by the Sanskrit term of prakriti, its exact manifestation and configurations are always changing. This explains the transformation from birth to death. As what goes up must eventually come down, even Ravan would have to succumb to the forces of time. Ravan was a special case, though. As Goswami Tulsidas describes, time itself is like the bow held by Shri Rama. Each of the arrows released are like different units of the collective time. Ravan received the literal blow of time in the form of an arrow released from Rama. This was in a fair military conflict, one man against another. Rama was justified in attacking because Ravan had struck first. Ravan had stolen Rama's wife in secret, though Sita Devi never gave in to the demon's advances. Jivechiram vajradharasya hastachachī pradhrishya pratiruparupam na madrishim rakshas dushayitva pitamritasyapi tavasti mokshaha. Quote, O Rakshasa, it might be possible for a person to live for a long time after forcibly taking away Shachi Devi, a woman of unmatched beauty and wife of the wielder of the thunderbolt, Indra. But a person who abuses me shall not be released from death, even if they were to drink Amrita nectar which grants immortality. Sita Devi, speaking to Ravan, Valmiki Ramayana, Aranya Kand, 48:24. 5. What was the aftermath? While someone like Ravan looks to exploit his benefactors and the great giver of life, that is, the material nature itself, someone like Rama looks to expand the sphere of appreciation and credit. Though Rama automatically destroys through time, which works at his direction, in this case Vishnu released a weapon that had been originally gifted by Lord Brahma, who is the creator. The arrow was empowered through repeating a mantra, which was also passed along by someone else. This arrow and its subsequent flight brought delight to the many supporters of Rama on the scene, like the Vana warriors and the Devas watching from the heavens. Tamuttameshum lokanamikshvakubhayanashanam dvishtam kirtiharanam praharshkarmatmanaha abhimantriya tato ramastam maheshum mahabalha Veda proktena vidhina sandadhe karmukhe bali. Quote, the mighty Rama, who possessed extraordinary strength, consecrating in accordance with the mantras prescribed in the Vedas, taking that great arrow, which was capable of removing the fears of the entire world and the Ikshvaku dynasty, capable of taking away the glory of his enemies and conducive to his own happiness, fixed it on his bow. Valmiki Ramayan, Yuddhakand 108 Charit. The arrow worked its magic. It defeated the wicked leader of Lanka. That arrow allowed for the transfer of authority previously established by Rama's own vow. Ravan's younger brother Vibhishan was crowned the next king of Lanka prior to this final battle taking place. Vibhishan accepted the shelter of Rama's lotus feet, and so the reward of liberation was already set. In closing, transfer already set, Vibhishan kingdom to get, because Rama allowing how shelter for his servants vow. Though time easily could deal, one arrow from bow to reveal, that this earth for all to partake, worth not dharma to forsake.